Shankaracharya says, Brahmaivaham idam jagatcha sakalam chinmatra vistaritam sarvam hi etad avidyaya trigunaya ashesham maya kalpitam ittam yasya dridhamati sukhatare nitye pare nirmale chandalo vastu satu dvijo vastu gurur ityesha manisha mama. I am Brahman, and all this world is an expression, is a manifestation in me, the consciousness. Here's something I would just like to bring before you. These 5 verses, Manisha Panchakam, they embody the central teachings of Advaita Vedanta. Now, the central teaching of Advaita Vedanta is very easy to express. There are these short sentences called Mahavakya, the great sentences, which embody the entire teaching, compress the entire teaching of Advaita Vedanta. One of them is very famous, Tattvamasi. There was a very senior devotee whose name was Tattvamasi, right? It was in Santa Barbara. So, Tattvamasi, that thou art, that Brahman, you are. That expresses the entire teaching of Advaita Vedanta. In fact, Advaita Vedanta is nothing more than understanding the meaning of this sentence. So there are 4 such sentences, one from each of the Vedas. Actually, there are many more, but conventionally, formally, one is taken from each of the Vedas. So from the Rig Veda, Aitareya Upanishad, the sentence is Prajnanam Brahma, consciousness is Brahman. From the Sama Veda, the sentence is Tattvamasi, that thou art, from Chandogya Upanishad. From the Yajur Veda, the sentence is Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, taken from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. And from the Atharva Veda, the sentence, the Mahavakya is Ayam Atma Brahma, this very self is Brahman, taken from the Mandukya Upanishad. Now, it's an interesting thing that the 5 verses, the first 4 verses, each of these verses is built around one of these sentences. What Shankaracharya has done is taken up these sentences and then written a verse about it. So the first verse which we just talked about, that one consciousness in waking, dreaming and deep sleep, that one consciousness running through all beings, that I am, not an object. This verse is built around the sentence, consciousness is Brahman, Prajnanam Brahma. This next verse, the second one which we are doing, is built around I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi, from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. I am Brahman, Brahmaivaham, I am Brahman. And what is this world? It is nothing other than an appearance in consciousness. Chinmatra vistaritam. Consciousness alone appearing as its own object. Now what he's doing here is taking the final step in non-duality. We have taken 2 steps already. What were the 2 steps? You're looking like, yeah, yes indeed. What were the 2 steps? First, to see that I am consciousness, I am not the body and mind. How did we do that? I am the one continuous consciousness in waking, dreaming, deep sleep. Step 1. Step 2. The consciousness is the same in all beings, not different consciousnesses. There's only one consciousness. Apart from our bodies and minds, we are the one consciousness shining in all bodies and minds. Second, step 2. But that still leaves duality. What is the duality? One consciousness, but infinite number of bodies, minds, external objects. So there's a multiplicity, a plurality. It's not non-duality. Now what Shankaracharya does is, in the second verse, the first line, he says, all these things you see, yes, and all that you hear and smell and taste and touch, what is these objects? What is their relationship to consciousness? The question being asked is, we are aware of something. All our experience is subject-object, is it not so? All our experience is subject-object. I am the subject and what I am aware of is the object. And we found that the subject is nothing but consciousness, unchanging consciousness, and what we experience is a mass of objects. But now let us ask, what is the relationship between subject and object? What is the relationship between consciousness and its objects? Shankaracharya says the objects are nothing but consciousness. Just like in a dream, what is the relationship between you, the dreamer, and all the people and things and events which you see in the dream? What are they? Are they different from you? You're not sure. When you wake up, what do you feel about all the things you saw in your dream? You say, oh, it was a dream. What do you mean when you say, oh, it was a dream? It was nothing but me. My mind, I projected that. They seemed to be outside me. But when I wake up, I saw, oh, okay, it was all in me, in my mind. Is that not so? In the same way, just like a dream and the dreaming mind, consciousness and its objects are like that. Consciousness experiences itself by projecting itself as objects. This is the statement. This is the stand that Advaita Vedanta takes. What happens then? In that case, the objects are not different from consciousness. What I mean is, if you dreamt, suppose you're experiencing this, and suddenly you wake up and say, oh no, I missed the Vedanta class. I took a nap and I was sleeping and I was dreaming I was in the Vedanta class. And I saw that there were 100 people all around me. When you dreamt, you thought there were 100 people all around you. When you wake up, what happens? What do you realize? How many were there actually? How many were there actually in the dream? One, yes. You alone were there. The dreamer was there. That's all. And all of them, all those who appeared to be different, they were not different from you. Non-dual. No second. Non-dual means not two. In your dream, it is always non-dual. Compared to the dreamer, there is no second entity in the dream. There is no other person, no crowd, no trees and animals, no sky or earth or ocean, nothing except you. There is no second entity there except you. Like that, Shankaracharya is claiming, from the point of consciousness, there is no second entity. Whatever consciousness experiences, all the millions of entities and events throughout lifetimes, they are not a second entity apart from consciousness. It is so good. What is it to me? You are that consciousness. Whatever you are experiencing is not a second entity apart from you. If it was a second entity apart from you, it should be provable in some way. But you cannot prove the existence of anything. You cannot experience anything without consciousness. So if you cannot experience anything without consciousness, we must admit whatever we are experiencing is experienced in awareness, in consciousness. And if it is experienced in consciousness, it is in some sense related to consciousness. It's not apart from consciousness. It's not a second existence apart from consciousness. I'm trying to use English. In Sanskrit, when the scholars or the Swamis teach, they'll use language like this. I still remember one Swami teaching this. What is the relationship? How do you analyze this world? You know, what they say is this. I'll translate into English and you will see. They will say, all right, look at this world which you are aware of, in your awareness. What is this world made of? This world is made of 5 elements, the traditional cosmology. Sky and wind and fire and water and earth. 5 elements. So whatever you see in this universe, the physical universe, is 5 elements. All right, step 1. Step 2. All the 5 elements are modifications of Maya. We are talking about traditional Vedantic cosmology. I must tell that, otherwise I'll be not giving you a vital part of the link of the chain. So all of these emerge from Maya. So what is this world ultimately? 5 elements. And what are the 5 elements? Maya. So the whole world is Maya. The typical thing which you hear in Indian villages, anyone who has not even studied Vedanta will say, Sab Maya, everything is Maya. But what they're saying is Vedanta backs it up. Yes, everything is Maya because everything is a product of Maya and not different from Maya. And Maya, which is made of 3 gunas. Shankaracharya says, Sarvam hi etad avidyaya trigunaya ashesham maya kalpitam. All of this is made of Maya. Avidya means Maya, made of the 3 gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, and has been projected by me, the consciousness, because Maya is not separate from consciousness. What is Maya ultimately? It is grounded in consciousness, in Brahman. It is the power of Brahman. It has no existence apart from Brahman. Its existence is borrowed from Brahman. When we start learning Vedanta, we have this text called Vedanta Sara. And one line we have to always memorize, the fundamental teaching of Vedanta. Vastu Satchidanandam Advayam Brahma Ajnanadi Sakala Jada Samuha Vastu. The reality is existence, consciousness, bliss, the non-dual Brahman. And everything starting from Maya downwards, all that is an object, is not real in itself. So this is a fundamental tenet of Advaita Vedanta. We can discuss this in the Q&A. So Maya, all the 5 elements are nothing but Maya, and Maya is nothing but Brahman. Its reality is Brahman. So this world is pervaded through and through by Brahman. Pervaded through and through by Brahman means what? Here is this hall. If you switch on a light, the light pervades the hall. Is it like that? There is a universe and it is pervaded by Brahman like the light pervading the hall? No. It is like there is the ocean and there are thousands of waves in the ocean and all the waves are pervaded by water. So it's not that there are waves and then the water enters into them somehow. It is the water alone. Every bit of a wave is water. So every bit of Maya is Brahman. Every bit of the 5 elements which you see expressed here are Brahman. And everything that is made of the 5 elements, this universe, is Brahman. So that is the meaning of Brahman alone appears. Just like waves appear in water, and the table appears in wood, and the ornaments appear in gold. In the same way, this universe appears in Brahman with name and form and function. Nama, Rupa, Vyavahara. And a person who knows this, beyond any doubt, who is settled in this knowledge, has clarity in this knowledge, such a person, be it an outcast or be it the highest Brahmin, is my Guru. Shankaracharya says, is my Guru.